And guess what? I think I am too. Anyway, how you guys doing? All right, topic 4. So again, no big like step forward here, but there is one little teeny tiny thing. But we are going to be doing more of the dance, more of the distributive property of mathematics, if you want to use the technical term. I call it the dance, but let's get started. 4 problems, easy, hard, harder, and then one for you. All right, nothing new. Let's start with an easy one. Let's start with one that should be like, Mr. Filer, why are you even showing me this? Because it's so easy. It's number 9 on your homework, and it's 5. And you'll notice I do it all in one color. Okay? Maybe we're at that step, all right? But if I wanted to, I could put that 5 in red, just to help me. When you see a number in front of a parentheses, that's these things right here, these little, half, it's this thing here. These things are called parentheses. You see a number in front of a parentheses with no sign there, no plus or minus, we're going to dance with that 5. That 5 is going to dance, and that 5 is going to dance with the 3m, and that 5 is also going to dance with the -6. All right? So, nothing new at this point. 5 times 3, I know that number is 15. That m comes along for the ride. There it is up here in the problem. There it is right down there in my next step. All right, 5 times a -6. Go into your calculator. 5. Then hit times. By the way, make sure you hit that clear button twice before you do a new problem. This button right here, on or clear, you need to hit that twice just to make sure you clear everything out of there. So I'll do that here. Okay, just hit it twice. It's cleared. All right, here we go. 5 times 6. But don't leave off the negative. Go right next to that equal sign. There's a negative button right there. Press it. -6 equals -30. -30. Now there's nothing more to do here. Some people are going to want to do, can we combine the 15 and the 30? No. Why not? Because these are m's, and that's their family name, and these are just numbers. They're part of the number family. Okay? They're not the same family as the m family. That's done. That's an easy one. Let's do a harder one. So, harder one. And it's not much harder, but I guess it's a little harder. We're going to do number 15 for those of you who would like to know the number. Okay. 15, so this is -3 x minus 5. All right. The only thing that makes this thing harder is understanding, hey, I don't have a number in front of this letter. It just says X. Is there a number there? Yes. Can we put it in? I hope you do. That's my first step. All right, Mr. Filer, I've got a number. I've got a parentheses. There's no plus or minus after that. It doesn't say -3 plus and then the parentheses. Doesn't say that. There's just the number, and it's right next to that parentheses sign. What does that mean? That means we got to go to the dance. That's what that means. That means we got to go to the dance. I don't know. Did you ever go to a dance when you were in high school? Junior high? I did. They were fun. They were fun. All right. All right. 3, and then you're going to put a 3 in your calculator, and you're going to hit the negative button. Everyone do that. Go 3, but then find the negative button. Look at your calculator. It should say -3 times Whenever we do the dance, guys, it's multiply. Negative 3 times 1. And no surprise here, negative 3 is my answer. Don't leave off the x. Negative 3 times 1x is negative 3x. But wait, there's more. This is not any 5, guys. It's a negative 5. So go in your calculator. I'll do the same. Clear it a couple times. Clear, clear, clear. Go 3, hit the negative button. Times, because you're doing the dance. 5, and then the negative button again, right? A second time. I got a negative number times another negative number, and then it equals. It should say plus 15. So that's 3, hit the negative button, times, that's your gray button on the right of the calculator. 5, hit the negative button for that one, because it's a negative 5, equals positive 15. Again, this problem's done. Why? Because x's don't combine with numbers. We've got two families here. The x family, there's negative 3 of them. And the number family, there's positive 15 of those guys. And that problem's done. All right, let's see if we can find one that's a little harder. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is number 17. And let's write it down, and I'll show you what makes it a little bit harder. Number 17. Before we do 17, I want to just tell you about something. If I said 3 times 5, and then I said, oh yeah, by the way, I can switch the order here. There's a name for this, the community property of multiplication, but forget that I said that. Anyway, if you're multiplying two things together, the order does not matter. 3 times 5, 15. 5 times 3. When you're multiplying two things together, you can switch, if you wanted to, you could switch the order. Now I mentioned that because we're going to be switching things up a little bit in this next problem. We're going to be switching the order. All right, so I'm on number 17, 1 plus 2v, 1 plus 2v, and then it's okay. Remember that little dot means multiplication in algebra. When you were a kid, you used to use the x for multiplication. 3 times 5 looked like that, 3x5, right? 3 times 5. But now we can't use that for multiply anymore because we're using letters in algebra, and x is a letter we use all the time. So to be not confusing, from now on when you see multiplication, you're gonna see a dot, just like we just see right here, a dot. Okay? So this is one animal, 1 plus 2v. This is the second animal, the number 5. And these two animals are being multiplied together. And we're going to switch them. We're going to put the 5 first. We're going to put the 5 first. And the reason we're going to do that is because that's the way you're used to seeing it in your brain, and we want to keep things the same. By the way, I'm not going to lose that dot, but I'll make it in blue this time. It was in red over here. So this animal times 5 is the same thing as 5 times that animal. I just switched them. I just put the 5 first. And the reason why I did, because your brain likes it like that. So now, Mr. Filer, is this the dance? Yes. But normally the number would just be right up to that parentheses. There'd be no times there. I know. But so if there's a times there, still the dance, right? Yep. Yep. Still the dance. So here and there. 5 times 1. 5. 5 times a positive 2. That's 10. And that v comes along for the ride. If you wanted to, you could write this as 10v plus 5. You could switch these around. You say, well, why would you do that? There's a way that algebra is done. But if you put on your paper, if you put 5 plus 10v for your answer, I'm marking that right. But you'll see sometimes in the answer, like in their answer, they'll switch those around and they'll put the letter number first. It's just one of those weird things people do. Algebra does it, all right? I won't get into why, but the most important thing is that either this answer or this answer is the right answer. We'll take both of them. I'll take both of them, all right? They're both the same answer anyway. All right, so that made it a little bit harder because we had to kind of flip things around before we could get to the problem that we wanted to get to. And then we had to fix it and then solve it. See, most problems you just solve. Some problems you got to fix them first. Here we had to fix. We had to get that 5 out in front of it. We had to switch them around. Okay? All right. So that's that one. Now it's time for, let's see here. We did, now, okay. So now we're on to the one where we're going to do number 24. I'll write it down. That's the one that I want you to do if you can by yourself. So let me just say something because I haven't said it yet. But let me write the problem down first. So we've got 1 plus 9x. And then we've got dot negative 10. Okay, so there's the problem. Yeah. So when you pause this video, the first thing you're going to do is write down the problem, right, before you pause it. So everybody can write down the problem. If you can do the first step, but you get lost after the first step, then do the first step. And then hit play and watch me do the problem. Maybe you can do the first step and the second step. Maybe you can do the first step, the second step, and the third step if there is one. Do as many steps as you can until you get like, I don't know what to do next. Okay, fine. Hit play. Watch how it's done. All right? But do as many steps as you can. All right? If you can go all the way to the end, bully for you. All right, there's the problem. Time to hit pause. Time to hit pause and work it out yourself. All right? All right, go for it. Okay. We're back. How'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do? Did you remember to flip these around and put that negative 10 in the front? Dot. All right. So my first step was to fix it. Before I could solve it, I fixed it. My brain is used to having the dance number out in front here. Not behind, but out in front. So I fixed it. Now I'm ready to rock and roll and solve this problem. All right, that negative 10 is going to dance with the 1. The negative 10 is also going to dance with the positive 9x. Negative 10 times 1 is a negative 10. If you don't know that, put it in your calculator. Go 10, hit the negative button, times 1. Negative 10 times 9 is negative 90. And the x comes along for the ride. That's it. These numbers cannot be combined. They don't make 100 of anything. They're different families. I'll rewrite this just because I want to. Negative 90x and then minus 10. But either one is fine. Here all I'm doing is I'm just putting the variable number out in front. The variable, the number, the part of the problem that has the x with it. But either one is fine. Negative 10 minus 90x, or this one over here. All right? Either one. How'd you do? How did you do? All right? I hope you did good. And if you didn't, it's okay. Go back and review this video a couple more times. All right? Good job, guys. We will see you on the next topic. Bye.